Yes, guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Daily Dose podcast. Today we have another very special guest, someone that's been involved in the scene for a long time and is also the UK on-beat champion, PRESS1. How's it going, man?
Yeah, good, brother. How are you?
Very good, mate. Yeah, I appreciate your time, mate. Thank you very much for coming on the show today.
That's good.
Before we get into the regular questions, man, as I said, you're the on-beat champion, and it doesn't look like there's anybody that's going to even give you a challenge anytime soon. I was at the recent Don't Flop event in Bristol and got to see you clash with Lefty.
Oh, was you there, yeah?
I was there, mate. Yeah. I live in Cardiff, so any events in Bristol, I'm pretty much there. It's only down the road kind of thing, but it was a good event, and you and Lefty, don't get me wrong, I do think Lefty was good, but yeah, it was a pretty clear win for me. Where do you go from here, man? You've pretty much beaten anybody that's been suggested in terms of the on-beat title. For you, is there anyone that you want to see challenge for it anytime soon?
I guess Dialect would be really good, but he's got no real interest in sort of coming back or seemingly doing anything other than sort of organising the events himself and whatnot at the moment. But no, so with the Lefty battle, so you thought, have you seen obviously the uproar since?
I think I saw something briefly. To be honest, I've not been in any battle rap forums for a couple of years. I rejoined them to kind of promote the podcast a bit. And I think I spotted something where someone had made a comment about how you went over time limits or something. Is that right? Yeah.
So that's the general gist of it, yeah.
Right.
But apparently, a few people have watched it in the Don't Flop sort of staff and said, it's unfair that I rap for double the amount of him and things like this. And if we based it on the first half of the bars, I would have won. But anyway, regardless, yeah, no, I thought it was just, it's a weird sort of, I don't know. Obviously, I'm still wound up by it.
Yeah, man.
Kind of because you feel like you've been disserviced when you've gone and beaten someone quite clearly. But, yeah, I mean, from here, I don't know, man. I mean, I'd love to do some international ones. I was supposed to battle Cortez a while back and that fell through. I think that'd be sick. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Verbal Warzone League over in New York.
Yeah.
They do quite a bit of on-beat stuff.
It's the league where they wear the head, the over the head mics, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, they're in call centers on their breaks. But they've got some really good people, man. There've been some awesome battles on there. So yeah, one of those guys would be good, I guess. I'm not too sure, man. I mean, to be fair, there seems to be quite a lot of people who are now entertaining and jumping on beat, and doing a lot more on beat battles, which is really, really good. And I'm hoping that that's the trend going forward. We're going to get a lot more people transferring over from a cappella to on beat. And then we'll see from there, I guess. I'm not looking to stop anytime soon. I want to continue with it. I'd like to do it more frequently. It just has to make sense.
No, definitely, man. And the only active battler in that sense that I can see fitting the bill at the moment is maybe Bobby Rex, but I don't know if Bobby Rex is on good terms with and Don't Flop or whatever. It's a bit of a weird one at the moment, but yeah, I mean,
I think we've battled on beat already, so that's the only thing stopping me. I think I'd probably do it again, though. To be fair,
yeah,
we did it at the beginning of the tournament for a few years ago now, in Reading, and it was good, but he did choke. He choked quite heavily throughout his first round, and I think the second.
Right.
He managed to bring it back. He was really, really good with his freestyling on beat as well. He was really good. He's got that same sort of effortless, how he is all the time, really. He transfers from a cappella to on beat really well.
Yeah, and I think he's been improving a lot in the last few years with his on beat stuff, like his recent on beat battle in Ireland with Roe B, I think has been released pretty recently, and that's That's a solid battle on both parts, actually. So it's
that one and the Bills one, man. I think they're both really. Have you seen the Bills clash he did?
I was there, man. It was
Yeah, that would have That's really good. I think that's probably one of the best on-beat battles that's come out in years from the UK in regards to like rewatchability and whatnot. No, yeah. But I mean, Bobby would be good. I mean, I'd definitely be up for it again because I feel like the first one was his first ever on-beat battle. Officially within Don't Flop and whatnot. And he did really well, but he just happened to choke, you know. We only had like 10 days or so for the prep. It was quite a quick one. Yeah, that'd be good. I was supposed to do unanimous as well. That fell through. He pulled out of that one last minute, which was gutting.
Yeah, I was at that event as well, man, which it was a shame. He went through that stage where I think he just fell out of love with battle rap and wasn't interested in actually doing any of the battles, unfortunately. But I remember a lot of fuck unanimous chants on the evening. But are you and Unan okay now? Obviously, you were both at the same event recently. I know he was talking shit online for a while afterwards as well. But
yeah, he was, man.
On the cards again.
We're okay, man. Like, we're fine. It's civil, is what it is. He got wound up after he pulled out. Like I mentioned that he pulled out and whatnot, which I found ridiculous. It's like, I think I have every right to be a bit pissed off about that. But anyway, we're all cool. And it's just a thing of he needs to do a few maybe. I said, I'd happily do one, but maybe he needs to do just like one with someone else first. I was like, cause I'd do it, but maybe not for the title straight away.
Yeah, that's fair.
I also appreciate that the pool is so small at the moment that anyone who has got a bit of a buzz, I'm probably going to have to put the title on the line to even entice them to want to do it at the same time. So it's a bit of a catch-22.
Definitely, man.
In that respect, I'm happy to be a bit sort of frivolous with it and just roll with it, man. I was, this whole fucking lockdown thing's fuckery because it seemed to be picking up again. And to be fair, there's been a lot of stuff going on with these online challenges and things like that. So you've got a lot of people who have been rapping over beats that probably don't as much normally. So hopefully they're gonna have a lot more. The pool will widen essentially.
Definitely, yeah. And it reminds me actually. I think you and Hulk could be good as well. Hulk's good on beat, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see who you get paired up with next, man. But no disrespect to Lefty whatsoever, because like I said, I think Lefty was good in that clash, but I think you need a bit more of a challenge. I didn't find Lefty all that direct.
No, he was. Look, Lefty's Lefty, man. And he's awesome. I love him. I think he's a really good MC. I think he's a really good, his songs are really good. He's got a few songs that I really like. I see him do a set opening for Luna last year. Which is really good as well with Pete Soldier. He's awesome. He's a really good rapper. And his a cappella battles are really good as well. And I think that's when he comes into his own because he has a lot more time to show off his personality. Whereas on beat, he rapped really well. He just rapped really well, right? There was nothing, there was really, I feel like a cunt saying it, to be honest, bruv. But yeah, I just thought, it was very, I've had harder opponent, essentially. I've had a lot hard, Innuendo was better than him. Bilzar was better than him. Bobby was better. He wasn't direct at all. There wasn't anything that really was offensive.
No, I agree. And even with Innuendo, he was more direct, but I didn't like any of Innuendo's material because I thought most of it had kind of been said before. But yeah. It's a difficult one with the on-beat title, I suppose, as well, because it's unfortunately battle rap's in a bit of a weird place, so it's all kind of who will do it on what league and all that kind of rubbish. But fingers crossed we get another one soon, man. And something that I said after the recent Bristol event, when you did clash Lefty, is I loved that event because I go to events all over the country, kind of thing. I probably go to one every sort of 3 months or so. Yeah. But Bristol events are always good fun because that event in particular, the only people that I recognised in the room were the people that were on the card. All the fans that come to Bristol events, they're not like they don't go to like your big Premier Battle events or whatever. It's just a local scene in Bristol in that sense. And
100%. I mean, Bristol's got a really sort of thriving like UK hip hop scene and like just the hip hop scene in general, to be honest. And it's really like good. When I moved here from London, I was like shocked. There was just so much going on. And this, with that being said, the scene's quite small, so you get to know quite a lot of people quite quickly. People go to everything. If they like something, they'll go to it. And the thing is with Don't Flop, it definitely really still holds its weight name-wise here. So you'll have loads of rappers who may be doing sets, like shows quite regularly, will like jump on a battle or, all come down and watch the battles or whatever and promote them on the local sort of radio stations and this and that. It's definitely got that sort of, you know, and it's a big university town as well, man. There's 2 big unis here. So you've got a lot of people just up for it, you know, they're gonna, you know, it's a prime sort of market for Don't Flop, really.
Yeah, and I think I tweeted something after the event, like, they need to do more events there because I feel like it's the most exciting city in the UK for battle rap right now. Like, all the events they've done there in the last few years have been just great fun, and I'd love to see them do it a bit more regularly, to be honest. But
no, 100%, man. And it feels like Bristol still has that sort of vibe, a bit more old school in regards to its sort of live venues as well. And that place, I'd never even been to that place. But it felt like you was in a warehouse, like rave venue, didn't it? Really, it was like
it took me ages to find it as well, to be honest. But yeah, it was a cool venue, like up the stairs and like it wasn't coming up on my maps on my phone, and I'm not overly familiar with Bristol, like, outside the city centre, so it took me fucking ages to find it. But no.
Yeah. And that's in a different part, innit? Where was it? In Old Market, wasn't it? Yeah. But I thought that was sick, man. And you can still, you know, pretty fucking openly smoke weed and do this and do that. It's still got that kind of less, you know, restrictive sort of thing as opposed to London and Manchester may have.
Definitely. And like with Bristol as well, like you said, the hip hop scene as a whole there is huge. Like, I've been to a couple of like High Focus do their birthday events there a lot, and I've seen a couple of other people in Bristol, like gig wise, and it's always got a big following there, man. And like, even for me, like, I'm originally from Hereford.
Okay.
So not too far away, but quite a few people that I'm aware of that rappers originally from Hereford, they all seem to move to Bristol. Man,
there's a load. There's like, do you know Goose and Chillman and all them people?
Yeah, they're the 2 that come to mind. Like, so they're, I knew Goose a little bit through college. We're a similar age and like had like similar like friend groups and that, but I think Chillman's a bit younger than me, so I didn't really know him, but I just know of him just because he raps, kind of thing. But
yeah, I've been trying to get Goose onto battling, man. I think his style would work really well on beat.
I completely agree. Yeah, I think that'd be really good to see, actually.
Wouldn't it? Yeah, I was like, I've tried to get him at every fucking Bristol event, and he's not game. I'll keep trying. But that's the thing. There's a few in Bristol, man. There's loads of hungry, like, younger MCs at open mics. You'll see all of them spitting fucking, you know, ridiculous verses. There's a young guy called Risky at the moment who's really good. There's a dude I'm recording with called Silla B. He's really good. There's loads. It's like it's a really sort of vibrant scene. And the thing is, if you're not living too far from the city centre, you can pretty much walk to every venue as well.
Yeah, definitely, man.
It's still got that sort of small town vibe in that respect, but it's good, man. Yeah, no, I think it's vibrant. I think the scene is in a weird place, as you said, but I think it's in a better place than it was, say, 2 years ago.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I think it's the trajectory's gone up, and I think people are coming back. And the people that are coming back, you know, no one's really doing it for views or anything like that anymore, because you don't really get it. So it's just the thing of, you know, it's just people doing it for the love. And the community seems to have got stronger again, and there seems to be some new fans tagging along as well, which I think is good.
Definitely. Yeah, man. And I do love the Bristol events, so I hope we get them more often. But in terms of yourself then, Press, like, I know you've been involved in battling, especially on beat for a very long time. Like you've clashed Skinny Man, is that right?
Yeah, man.
I've never fucking seen it, man. I need to see it, but
No.
I don't think it's online. I can't find it.
No, it's not anymore. I might be lying, but yeah.
Not a fond memory then, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that was literally my first ever battle, man.
Shit.
That was like in 2004, which is ridiculous now that you think about it. But yeah, that was just me. I think I was 16 and I just, jumped up and did that. That was on beat.
Right, okay.
Yeah, was not very good. But yeah, no, obviously when I started though, bro, yeah, the predominantly, the majority of it out there was on beat. And it was, you go to an event, there was Lyric Pad, there was Jump Off, Fight Club, which was also Smack, come over to the UK a few times even back then. And it was all on beat and it was all very old school in the respect of, your name would get thrown into a hat at the beginning. There might be 8 MCs or 16 MCs and you get drawn against someone and that was it. And it'd be like 2 30-second rounds or 2 60-second rounds or something like that. And that was it. And that was a scene and it was small and it very quickly evolved into the a cappella format. With the street battles that Jump Off started doing, they were doing Jump Off street battles, which were the a cappella format of it. And then they done the WRCs. And then they went quiet. And then that's when and Kruger come along, man.
Yeah, man, it's, and like, I imagine just seeing the scene progress the way it has since you first got started. The buzz must have been massive at certain points, like especially with like the Jump Off era and stuff like that.
Oh, bro, it has been amazing. I mean, I used to love, Jump Off was weekly as well. And when you think about that now, that's crazy. For an event to be going, like, it was every Monday night. It was in Scala, which is like, quite a renowned club in King's Cross in London, every single week. And it was packed out, man. Be packed out. And obviously the MC battle was right at the end of the night, amongst all this other weird stuff that had going on. But, you'd see everybody there, like in regards to sort of the UK music scene as you know it now.
Yeah, man.
Everyone was there. So it was super exciting, man, to see like Professor Green and people like that sort of rise up out of it and things like, and then the next incarnations of that and your Shotties and your Lunas. Even I went to like Ministry for a Don't Flop event and I was like, I was amazed. I remember just looking around for a second and being like, rah, this is nuts. Like it's turned into this. But it's good, man. I always thought it would. It's something that I got into when I was super young, years and years ago when there weren't even the resources that there are now to get into it or research it or do it. And even then I thought, I love this so much. Other people, why don't you love it as much as I love it, and it was a thing I knew it would grow. And it has. It's been great. It's had its ups and downs. Right. Anything's going to have its ups and downs, isn't it? It's very niche. And I think people who like this, they we love it. The people don't. They might check 1 or 2 battles a year, but that's it. Yeah,
definitely. But, and out of all the battles or the clashes that you've done so far, like, what's your favourite one that you've been a part of?
Ooh. Probably the Bills one, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I think I went into that tournament and I said to myself, I really want to win this fucking tournament. I felt like I'd been involved in battling for so long, but hadn't really ever, do you know what I mean, hit any milestones per se. I'd done some cool shit, but I hadn't ever really, won a big thing or done this or done that. So I felt like, no, I need to, this is my last foray into this. I need to fucking make sure that it's a good one. So I think when it culminated in that, even though when I look back, there's some parts of my performance that I hate and things like that. There's little things where I definitely think in other battles I've been cleaner in regards to my verses and whatnot. But I think just in regards to what it meant and the vibe on the day. Was you at Checkpoint?
I wasn't, unfortunately, no. Well, I was there for some of it. I was in London for like a gig that night anyway, so I've kind of bought a ticket last minute and caught certain battles, but unfortunately I missed the Bills R clash. But I think I left not long before it started, if I remember right. It was I was there to see Big Daddy Kane.
Oh, sick.
Yes. So I couldn't really pass on that. I've wanted to see him for years, and to be honest, he's probably still the best live act that I've ever seen.
His live shows, isn't he? I've seen videos of his sets. I've never caught him. That's one guy I've never caught.
Mate, unbelievable, man. But the Bills are battle. I remember not knowing what to think about it, obviously, because you're incredible on hip hop, whereas Bills I don't think is that good on hip hop. He's much more suited to grime, and I didn't know what to expect. I also didn't know what beats you were going to be using and stuff, but it turned out to be a really good clash, and I'm a Bills fan as well. Like he's incredible, but
likewise, man. He's I think, still as an MC, he's above like pretty much everyone in Dope Flop in regards to sort of projection, like flow, breath control, things like that. Clarity, I can hear everything he says all the time. Like he's spot on, man. He's really, really good.
He is, yeah, but I don't. Yeah, I think it's a challenge for you still, man. Like I do. I thought you took that pretty clearly as well.
Yeah, no, and so do I. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like with a lot of people, like I think Innuendo done really well, and as you said, I feel like he said some stuff that had been repeated quite a bit, but I think he's so charismatic. It doesn't take a lot for him to to make something pop. I think there's been like that. Yeah. Like Lefty, I knew it would go that way. Do you know what I mean? I thought, well, you're not going to have big punchlines, and you're not going to know how to construct them on the beat. And that was it, essentially. With Lefty, he said some funny stuff, but I remember thinking hasn't been executed correctly.
Yeah.
That's hard. Yeah. Going back to your earlier question though, quickly just coming to my head, I think Respect BA would be a really good person to battle on beat.
Yes, that's a great shout.
Yeah, and I think he's got a punch style like almost similar to, he's a lot heavier. And I think it would lend itself really well to one beat. His music is essentially just like incredible battle rap verses anyway.
Yeah, it is. It's so punchline heavy. And
it's just so dense and like just wordplay and punchlines like continuously. So definitely I think he'd be a good person, man. And obviously it'd be like, for the title with him, I don't think he needs to prove nothing.
No, that's a good shout, man. I like that a lot. And we just need to see more of Respect BA in general. By the sounds of things, he's quite hard to book in that sense, but I think
it is, man. I think he just has to I guess as well, when you get to this sort of part, like in your sort of battle career, it sounds really lame, doesn't it? But it has to kind of make, you can be either like one of those guys who can battle anyone and everyone. Like a Bobby Rex, actually, he does it really well. He'll battle some lower tier people and pull off classics. He was supposed to battle Georgie Roots, wasn't he, before this fucking shit all fucked up. And I think that would have been really good. Whereas I haven't got the time to prepare for battles as often as I'd like and things like that. So if I'm doing them, they have to kind of make sense. It has to be someone I'm going to feel super passionate about. We're going to try at least make a classic. But he'd be awesome, man. He'd be really good, actually.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Did you, on the subject of Georgie Roots, like, did you catch Georgie versus Tech at the Bristol event?
I didn't, man. I literally come like just before my battle.
Right.
I saw Crafty and you now. No, I didn't.
Okay, yeah.
Did he kill him? Was he good?
So I got quite a bit of stick afterwards for saying that I thought Tech edged him, but
okay.
Yeah. Like they were both very good. I was really impressed, but I just thought Tech was slightly better and like.
From what I've seen of Tech so far, I think he's definitely got something. He's got like a star quality about him, but I just felt like some of the punches were just lacking in what I've seen so far. I haven't seen the Georgie Roots battle yet, though.
It was definitely his best performance so far from what I've seen of him, but
okay.
Yeah, very good battle though, to be fair. And like Zayn Azrai was the Zayn Azrai that we all love. Like he's been very hit and miss in recent years, but he was fucking phenomenal at the recent event. So it's good.
Good. Yeah, he said he was going for it. He said he was going to take it seriously. So good.
Yeah, he definitely did. But do you have like a least favourite clash that you've been a part of then?
Least favourite?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I battled A, and
Okay.
Lex was supposed to jump in the last round and spit some bars, but choked.
Oh my God, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so had I. On purpose.
How many bars was he meant to do? He pretty much
8.
choked instantly, didn't he?
Yeah, it was just 8. Man. It was literally just It was because like A had jumped into someone else's battle that Lex was doing, and done the same thing. So I said, well, let's use this. And he's like, yeah, definitely. We've done it the day before. We practiced it on the day before the battle as well. And I thought, well, it's nothing to really practice. I finished my verse essentially introducing him, that he comes and spits 8 bars. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely a time I wanted the ground to swallow me up, man. That was fucking horrible.
I completely forgot that happened, but that was pretty special, to be fair. He's got to be the only person to choke in an 8-bar battle anyway, but yeah.
Choke what even in his own battle, but yeah. It is what it is. I hope he's well. He was good.
He was alright, actually, yeah. I haven't seen him for a long time. I don't think he's involved anymore, but
yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty good, but like, I know it's hard to say at the moment with everything that's going on. Pretty much everything's massively up in the air. But like, have you got any projects on the way that you're looking to release anytime soon? Because like, music-wise, I've always been a big fan of yours. I love the Camouflage Children projects that you were doing. Like, they're some of my favourites, to be honest. And like, have you got anything else coming up soon?
Yeah, I'm working on an EP at the moment. I'm sort of slowly working my way through that. Obviously, given with what's happened now, I've had a bit more of a chance to sort of get into it. But nothing immediately, bro. I'm always doing shows and sets and stuff when we're not in a pandemic.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah, I'll get on sort of continuing and finishing that. But no, I can't sort of definitively say to you, yeah, I've got a project sort of complete and ready to go. I had one. I dropped a song for it last year. And there's about 7 or 8 tunes there. But it's probably a case of, when you've made quite a few songs over the course of a couple of years and you start to doubt whether or not they're the ones anymore.
Yeah, some of them start to feel dated, I guess.
Yeah. So I might just put them out in the meantime, between time. Cause at the same time, they've had a lot of work put into them. But in terms of sort of a proper sort of project, it'll be coming, man. Probably, I reckon, at the end of this year, or early 2021.
Nice, man. But one of my pretty much the goal for this show is once I've kind of got more subscribers and stuff and people that are watching the videos and things like that, I want to start doing a weekly news feed video where I'm pushing battlers' music more, because I just think it's so overlooked, and like, not many battlers actually have people checking out their music nowadays. Whereas I feel like when I first got into Don't Flop, which like into battle rap was through Don't Flop. The first battle I ever saw was O'Shea versus Lego. So like, I was like year 9 at school, so it's got to be like 11 years ago or something now. And everybody was like, in their introduction, they were plugging their album or plugging their mixtape or whatever. And you don't see that anymore. And I think it's kind of drifted away from, like, people are a bit too lazy to check out the music sometimes. So the aim is...
I think that's more so that as a niche and as an art, we've like separated a bit from hip hop as well.
Yeah.
And I think there's people who love battling who don't particularly like rap music. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's something strange, but like, yeah,
I agree.
Come from a sort of era of I'm a rapper and I'm doing battling to promote my music. Essentially, the music is first and foremost as an artist, and the battling is just something that goes along with that. I think now the two have definitely separated, which I don't know, maybe in some respects makes it harder to sort of differentiate or separate yourself from either one.
Yeah, but It's weird in a sense as well, because if you like battle rap, like, you're gonna like Respect BA's music. Do you know what I mean? You're gonna like, I was talking to someone at an event recently who said it was at the Bristol event actually, though, because I go to most events on my own and just kind of get talking to people or whatever, but I got talking to this other guy just because I noticed he was on his own, and I was saying, like, you know, how long have you been coming to events and stuff? And he was like, yeah, I've been going to events for probably about 8 years. I'm a big fan and blah, blah, blah. Never heard of Rhyme Asylum when I asked him, and I was like, mate, like, how? And he was like, I can't stand hip hop. How the fuck do you get into battle rap? Like, especially back 8 years ago or whatever. How would you get into battle rap but you don't like rap? Like,
no, I hear you, man. It's alien. Yeah, well, to people like us, it's going to be completely alien. But in the same vein, I think to the same reason. That's why I get it. You know, the battling is fucking. You know, you can see it's chess with words, right? It's kind of like, you know, it's a different art. It's a different. You know, they might like poetry. They might like some next shit.
Definitely, yeah, fair point. And like,
I hear what you're saying, and it does kind of wind me up to a certain degree. But at the same time, I wouldn't like to isolate more potential fans. Do you know what I mean? Of battling, to like, if you're a heavy, like, you're a metalhead and you like battling and you don't like rap, I think that's absolutely fucking fine at the same time. Do you know what I mean? It's weird to me, but I get it.
No, I do.
The event for a cappella now as well.
Yeah, and I mean, battle rap has formed into more of a form of entertainment, as opposed to just putting it under the rap hip hop genre. But at the same time, for people that are getting into it now, if they have no connection to rap or hip hop music, I kind of understand it. But whereas being a fan for 8-9 years or whatever, and seeing the era where it was much more, you know, like, people were doing it to push their music. Battling wasn't their only avenue, kind of thing, and it was just strange to hear, I think, especially for a Don't Flop fan to have not heard of Rhyme Asylum. That's mental. But
I hear you. Yeah, no, I introduced a friend the other day. He was like amazed. He was like, he was so happy that he had like their albums worth, a couple of albums worth of music to go through. They were super ahead of their time.
100%. And I saw recently that Skirmish is working on a new solo album at the moment that should be out soon. So I'm
sick, man.
Looking forward to that. Skirmish is fucking incredible, man. But that was, I mean, he kind of dabbled in battle rap for a stage, and you and Skirmish on beat would be pretty fucking good, right?
Oh, that'd be sick. I'd love that, just from a fan perspective. But his music's quite, I don't want to say heartfelt. It is heartfelt, actually. His music, his solo music, right? It's always a bit more, it's a bit more, less punchline heavy.
He was always the least punchline rapper.
He was kind of the Rhyme Asylum. He was the heart, really. I think he was kind of he gave him the emotion. Whereas the other guys had more so the imagery, I'd say Cyclone and whatnot, and then obviously Possess was probably the best, really. I guess it depends on what you're looking for, but in regards to myself, a fucking super battle rap fan at the time, Possess was definitely my favourite.
Yeah, just in terms of like the technicality, I suppose, but yeah, I do agree, but I just keep having opponents popping into my head, but I'll tell you what I would quite like to see. Whether he'd do it, I don't know, but you and
Bro, I'd fucking love that.
I bet. I think anybody would, man. Yeah.
No, he's good, man. He's good.
He is good, to be fair to him.
Well, on beat as well, he's somebody who would definitely, and I think still as well, till like today, I think if announced a battle, he would come back really, he wouldn't be scrappy.
No.
He's too self-aware and he's too conscious of what's going on within the scene to allow that to happen. Do you know what I mean? He's too intelligent. He would be really good. Yeah, no, Er's dope, man. I've seen with these challenges that he's been, I don't know if you've been clocking these challenges that he's doing for the Don't Flop Forum at the moment. And he's been posted up himself doing them as well, which I kind of rate, to be fair to him.
Yeah, me too. It's good to see him getting involved with stuff again in that sense. Obviously, we haven't seen him battle now since it's got to be about 2015, maybe. So
was it 24/7?
No, I think that's a good point. That could be the last one, actually. I was thinking of the Lopeshi and Bender 2-on-2.
Oh, maybe that was after that, actually. Now you say that. I don't know.
It could be. I can't remember which one was the most recent, but I think it was the 24/7 one, actually, because he's got quite long hair in that.
Okay.
But, yeah, I'm not 100%, but...
Yeah, no, that'd be dope. Archaic would be good as well. I think he's super direct. That was one that was supposed to happen as well. And then it didn't happen. I don't know why. It was the first round of the tournament, actually, for the on-beat title. I was supposed to go against Archaic, and then he pulled out like 2 weeks before. That's when Bobby Rex stepped in.
Do you know what? Apart from like those webcam videos that Don't Flop used to do, and the freestyle videos they used to put up, I don't know if I've ever heard Ark on beat apart from those videos.
I don't actually like him greatly on beat. I don't think he's like. I think he's definitely really good a cappella battler, 100%. It's more so in terms of his directness. He just has that same, I think, a very similar style to me in the respect of, he'll find out something about you and just call you a cunt about it, like relentlessly. And he's just got a good way. I think he actually, I don't know. I guess to me as well, in regards to sort of like what I like in watching battle rap, I like the other person to like be offended. And that sounds really juvenile and stupid. And I should appreciate some of the other people's amazing wordplay and things like that may not be as offensive. But I just love it when somebody is actually buoying off the opponent in a really funny way. And I think Archaic does that really well.
Definitely.
I've heard his music and I've heard his webhand and stuff like that. And I don't really like it, to be honest. It's been good. It's been of a standard, 100%, but it's not for me. But I reckon definitely you can translate his battle and stuff over to on beat.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard any of his music, man. I might have to try and find that after this because I'm quite intrigued now. But yeah, it'd be good to see him back as well. We've not seen him for a long time either, so definitely like that. But in terms of like shows and stuff that you've done, like you must have supported and like done shows with some huge artists yourself now. Like who's like part of the favourite shows that you've done? Like, who have you performed with that was like a bit of a proud moment for you?
Ooh, do you know what? We supported Basement Jacks once. That was fucking sick.
Fucking hell, really?
Yeah. It was at Brixton Jam as well, so it weren't even like a proper, that huge venue.
Shit.
I mean, for them, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was cool. That was really good. That was back in the day. That was years ago. That was with Camouflage Children. I guess myself, I don't know. I've done like the Manor. I'm guessing that was really cool in the respect that it was at the O2 Academy in London. It was packed, sold out as well. So that was really, that was a really good set. I'm trying to think in terms of people. Fuck man, you put me on the spot. There's definitely been some like big rappers and stuff as well. I just can't think. But definitely, I think someone from Wu-Tang once. Who else? There has been some people, man.
There's always big hip hop gigs going on in Bristol, and so I imagine there's been a lot of opportunities down the years. Like I was meant to be coming back to Bristol sometime in the next month or so, I think, to see Danny Brown, but I think that's been postponed now. But yeah, there's always, if I'm going to a gig, generally speaking, it's in Bristol. Like, unfortunately, not many people make it over to Cardiff, but
you get all like the big bands and stuff, didn't you, in that arena?
Yeah.
Proper big ones, yeah. No, yeah, definitely, man. There's always like literally every week there's fucking something going on.
Yeah.
Whether it's your more like smaller independent underground, like New York guys. I think we had Homeboy Sandman down not a couple of weeks ago now, probably a month or so ago.
Yeah, I did see that. I wanted to get to that, but I was busy that weekend, which was a bit shit, but.
Yeah, no, I didn't make it either. But there's always shit, man. There's always stuff. I've seen, do you know Odyssey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Odyssey and his band playing like the Carhartt store, where they like gave everyone free Carhartt clothes and beers and shit. That was weird and surreal. And there was about 15 of us watching. It was just like a weird private performance. That was sick. There's always shit going on in Bristol, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like, I've been in Cardiff for 5 years now, something like that, and the only like hip hop or rap gigs that I've been to in 5 years is like I've seen R.A. the Rugged Man here. Saw Loki.
Sick.
I saw a really weird night where I saw Skinny Man in. There used to be like a tiny venue in Cardiff called Goody Who, which was, I think the capacity is about 60, 70. And
Yeah.
Skinny Man turns up an hour late and he's like, yes guys, I've just discharged myself from the hospital to come and do this show tonight. And he's pulled a drip out of his own arm. And it's like, he's got like this bandage all around his arm, and he looked fucked. Like, it was good show, but yeah, surreal experience.
That's how he looked, man.
I've seen Dabbler in Cardiff.
No, sick. Yeah, I was going to say some of the High Focus lot must come down there.
Yeah, do you know what? I think he's the only one, man. Whenever I've seen anyone from High Focus, it's normally been in Bristol. So
yeah,
I think that's literally it. They're the only people I've seen. I got given a ticket to I don't know what they're called now, but back then they were called Section Boys.
Yeah,
which isn't really my cup of tea, but I got to the venue and the police had shut it down and locked it off anyway, so it didn't really matter. But apart from that, they don't really book anybody here. I saw that they had M. Hunt Show or whatever his name is booked, but
yeah, he's sick. I like him. But yeah, no, I hear you, man. I'm trying to think. There's some good Welsh hip hop.
Definitely.
Back in the day, Squid Ninjas. Who else? There was that record label as well. It had that MC Mudmouth. I don't know if you remember him.
I do, yeah. And the label is...
Yeah, I had some sick label that were like really like professional and ahead of their time for the time it was.
Oh, I've forgotten what the record label's called now, because they're...
Associated Minds. There you go.
That's it. Yeah. And they went through a stage, if I remember rightly, where they were signing like a load of Indonesian rappers and stuff. It was a bit strange, but yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, like, I don't know what it was. They were signing, I think it was somebody that was part of the label, like, might have moved out to Indonesia or gone, like, travelling there for, like, a long time or something, and they were doing a bit of work with some Indonesian artists, if I remember rightly. It was a bit of a weird mix-up. Yeah.
You got that other guy as well. What's his name? Rowduke. I've known Rowduke for fucking years. He battled on Don't Flop back in the day. He actually battled Crazy, who's a guy who is from Bristol. And he's now does all the artwork for Griselda.
Sick. That's nuts.
Yeah, so he's always posting, you should check him out. He's really good. He's made it kind of his own style, but lots of people have copied it now, and it's really good. So he's done all like the West Side Guns album cover and Benny the Butcher and stuff like that. I think he's done some Busta Rhymes singles and shit. So it's really cool.
Crazy, yeah.
Bubbling, I guess. I guess it's like, yeah, I guess it's going to be a bit smaller, isn't it? But you guys ain't far anyway.
Yeah, it's like, to be honest, like, I don't really know anybody that's even that into hip hop in Cardiff. People seem to be getting really into grime and stuff, which I've had my time with grime. I'm not into it much anymore. Like the original stuff that was coming out, 10 years ago or whatever, I got really into when I was in school. But like the stuff that's being made now is just it's not my cup of tea. Like I don't really get on with it, and I don't know. It's not for me, man. They put a lot of like grime nights on here without really booking anybody, but just having like a regular DJ and then a couple of local MCs will turn up to it, and yeah, it's just not my cup of tea. But unfortunately, there's just not much of a scene here anymore. Like you've got, I don't know if you're aware of Applied Science.
I feel like I've heard the name.
Yeah, so the producer and the DJ from Applied Science, his name's Eugene. I think they're from Newport, but they do events, and they've got a company called The Hold Up that do a lot of events, but it's more like open mic events and stuff like that. They don't book anybody too often anymore, which is a shame, but they're the only people really putting anything on, unfortunately. But yeah, man, if I'm at a gig, it's normally in Bristol, just because there's so much going on there. But like, what would you say is the best live act that you've ever seen?
You know what? It's probably wasn't the best set or anything like that, but in terms of what, like, my enjoyment of it, I saw Portishead.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was probably just, to me, and it was a sick, I think it was the whole day, right? And it was like, which made it so sick. It was this like weird one-off event where they had like, Portishead through this like one-day festival in London, and they put on their favourite artists as well. And they had like Company Flow.
Yeah, okay.
Playing like one of their, they only played like 4 or 5 UK sets at the time as Company Flow. They played, MF Doom played, and then Portishead played. So that was just like some unreal shit to me.
I could never imagine the guys from Portishead being into MF Doom, man. That's crazy.
And it's nuts, man. It's so, yeah, it is crazy. It is weird. It kind of makes sense though, actually, when you think about it. It's all weird samples, isn't it? Sample based and.
Yeah, true. Yeah, fair point.
Like that. He's quite out there, isn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that was awesome, man. I'll probably say that, to be honest, man. In terms of sort of like the straight hip hop, I mean, in regards to like going to see an MC who's like proper, I see Raekwon back in the day.
Nice.
And I really enjoyed that. Really
can imagine.
In the respect that as well, he weren't like my favourite from the Wu. And I went to it not expecting much, one of them ones, and then you go and someone like, yeah. You're like, okay, fair enough. That was fucking dope.
Yeah, I can imagine, man.
Yeah, I guess those for the time being, man.
Yeah, Portishead like shocked me a bit, but I'm a big fan as well. So I'm jealous that you've got to see him, and extremely jealous that you got to see MF Doom, man. That's fucking crazy, but.
Yeah, man. Alexandra Palace as well in London, some sick venue. So it was just, it was awesome. It was really fucking good.
I remember around the time of the Innuendo battle, I remember seeing a couple of posts here and there, like people saying that they hated the MF Doom beat that was picked for you versus Innuendo. And mate, that is honestly one of my favourite beats of all time. Like I was so happy.
Beautiful, wasn't it? That'd be so nice.
Yeah. I completely agree, man.
His angle was sick though. I think he done that angle like really well. In regards to sort of just saying how you made me fucking right on this beat and stuff like that. I think that's a really clever angle to take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Book of War beat, isn't it?
Yeah. That's the final one. The first one is one as well, but yeah, the final one is MF Doom, RZA.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that beat, man.
Yeah.
So good. But yeah, I remember getting into I was quite active on the forum back then, and I got into quite a lot of arguments over that piece.
Yeah, people were hating it, right? I think I was picking too many down-tempo beats for rap battles. But to me, they're not. To me, they're just bangers, you know? To me, I fucking love that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Definitely. I loved hearing that come up, and I agree with you in the sense that I thought the second beat was fucking awful, but yeah, it was cool to hear that, and especially in a on-beat battle as well. It was amazing, but like, is there?
That second beat was shit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That second beat was terrible. It was a proper fucking like Fruity Loops based, you know, some producer who just made his first 3 or 4 beats.
Definitely.
But
yeah, it wasn't good, but it worked, I suppose. But
yeah,
it was his beat choice in a. Who did he battle on beat before that? Was it Heretic?
he battled Heretic, yeah, but he battled Koj as well. Where they nearly
yeah. Yeah, that was a bit of a shit show, wasn't it? But
yeah, that was at like fucking 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. in the morning. Was you at that event?
No, I wasn't. No, so
yeah, that event was terrible.
Yeah. To be honest, like if I'm gonna go to an event anywhere but Cardiff or Bristol or anywhere within like an hour away, it has to be a big event, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just because like it normally costs me about 100 quid all in all going to an event. So
no, of course, yes, you got to make it worthwhile, and I hear that, man. Yeah, I went to the Premier Battles one last year actually. It's the first time, selfishly, that I travelled for an event that I weren't battling at. And I really enjoyed it, man. It was that All-Star game thing, the one where Shotty was supposed to be returning, but it fell through.
Oh, the Apex event in Manchester.
Sorry, yeah, not the All-Star game, the Apex one, yeah, sorry.
Right, yeah.
That was sick, man, and it was really good. Yeah, that was really good. Did you go to that?
No, man, I actually watched the pay-per-view sat on a beach in Thailand, so.
Fucking hell, fair enough.
As much as I was gutted not to be there, I enjoyed the pay-per-view all the same. So
yeah, I'd rather be in Koh Samui than fucking Manchester City Centre.
Do you know what, mate? I was in Koh Samui when the pay-per-view dropped as well. So.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it was class, man. But I went to the All-Star game in December, which was in London, and that was a really good event as well. The crowd were a little bit off. It was a bit of a weird one in that I think they would a lot of the crowd were literally there off the back of seeing John on the card and Shotty on the card, and the other battles weren't particularly. The crowds weren't particularly up for anything else, which was a bit of a weird one. Like I spoke to Briggsy earlier today actually, and I was saying to him there was a point where Maverick and Real Sick were battling, which for me was battle of the night on the day. It was incredible, but this group of lads.
I've watched them, man. Really good.
Yeah, they're both fucking great in that battle, and it was like there was a couple of lads stood in front of me, and like I reacted quite loudly to one of, I think it was Real Sick's bars, and like this lad, he turned round and told me to shut the fuck up. And I was like, mate, what are you doing at this event? Like, have you been to one of these events before? What were you expecting? I'm not going to be fucking silent kind of thing. And it was a bit of a weird atmosphere in the room, unfortunately, but.
It looked it as well. It didn't look great. It looked a bit clinical.
Yeah, I think
it looked a bit fucking like, stale, to be honest. I haven't watched the John and the Shotty battle yet, actually. I should really, shouldn't I? But
it's very good. Like,
okay.
Shotty is. I think it's the best Shotty that we've ever seen.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Yeah, he is phenomenal in it, and by the sounds of things, it's his last battle as well. I think he's actually done with it now. But
yeah, that's fair enough, though, man. That fucking Taylor Rock shit wound me up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's fucking, that was infuriating.
Yeah, yeah, I know, man. I was saying this to Briggsy earlier, like it was amazing to see them pull that off and still put an event together, because they lost just so much fucking money because of those lot, man.
No, yeah. Well, we saw it, didn't we? Actually, yeah. And they took the absolute fucking piss. Well, no, it was a sick event. It was a sick day, man. There's some really good fucking battles as well.
Yeah, yeah. Madflex versus Sol was amazing, and Red Flag Raptor was fucking incredible.
Red Flag Raptor was really good, man. Yunnan and Bobby, that was good.
Yeah, Yunnan was very good. I wasn't impressed with Bobby, to be fair to him. But
yeah, I guess that one was just the return of Yunnan, really, just to a very top tier standard. And what's his name? Fucking Chiller and what's his name? Major.
Oh yeah, Major. Yeah.
So that was really good, man. I walked in as that one was just starting, and I was like, to be fair, I didn't know who Major Concerns was. And after I did, do you know what I mean? That was dope. That was really good.
Yeah, I was so impressed that he was able to kind of, he'd done the All-Star game in the final before that, and the way that he's just come straight into battling and he's automatically adapted to being on a big stage like that is really good to see, to be fair, because I don't think many people could have handled it. But
definitely, man. Yeah. He made a fan out of me. I thought he was very, very sick.
Yeah, he's fantastic, man. He's very picky with who he wants to battle, though. So I think it's quite difficult to book him for battles at the moment. He's got kind of a set list of who he wants, but I mean, I don't really blame him. I know he wants Frankie Fraser, so I hope they can make that happen sometime soon. But
that'd be sick. That'd be really good. That makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, is there anyone in particular that you would love to battle then? Like you mentioned, Cortez nearly happened. Have you seen Bill Collector on the, I've forgotten what the league's called now, I've gone blank, but the same league as like the Head Mike League?
Yeah, I have, man. He's sick. He'd be really, really good. I saw Lex Luthor as well.
That was quite recent, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. But yeah, Bill Collector would be sick, actually. I didn't even think of that. That'd be dope. Yeah, I guess if we're talking international, somebody like that would be awesome, man.
Yeah.
Something a bit different, you know. It's got a bit stale now. Yeah, I don't know.
I hope I'm not like starting some shit here, and if I am, do tell me. But why weren't you booked to battle Johnny Storm?
Yeah, bruv, I've never even fucking... Yeah, exactly. Why weren't I, mate?
No, it just seemed a bit weird to me. Like Johnny Storm, like I don't think I've seen the battle, but from what I've heard about it, all the beats were hip hop as well.
No, definitely. No, hit me up for the event. He was like, "Look, we're doing this. You want to battle on beat? Or it's going to be, 20 million people there." Well, however he sold it to me, and I was like, "Well, no, not unless like there's going to be a big, a big name that I can battle." And then I just saw the flyer. So that's that is what it is, isn't it? I guess I just thought Billzar and him would make a better battle.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched it yet, to be honest. And
yeah, no, has it dropped? I don't think it's dropped.
No, maybe not, man. But I'm not.
If it drops, I'll watch it, man. But yeah, no, you're right. That is kind of weird, isn't it? Considering I've beaten Billzar, surely I should get that fucking chance.
Yeah, exactly. That was my thought to it, to be honest. But I'm not a Johnny Storm fan, like whatsoever. I just can't get on board with him. I get a bit of stick for it. Everyone tells me that he's an originator and whatnot, but for me...
to be fair as well, actually, in the same vein, nor am I, so actually I probably would have been like, no.
Yeah, fair enough.
So really, can't be that angry about it.
No, that's fair.
You are right, yeah. Because I think
he's just boring. find them boring to watch.
But Bill's got Cortez as well.
Did he?
Yeah, they already battled, didn't they?
Shit, I don't think I've seen that either.
Yeah, and that was after our clash. And then he brought that Cortez on beat to me. So I was like, okay, cool. But,
oh, fuck. I don't think I've seen that battle, actually, either, to be fair, but...
It's good, man. I think it's with a live band. So it's a bit weird because they can't do, like, wheel-ups and stuff like that.
Right.
But, and really, you want to hear Cortez on, like, a fucking heavy hip-hop beat, don't you? Really.
Yeah, definitely.
But in the same, it's pretty good, man. I remember watching it and thinking, yeah, it's not bad.
I'm going to have to watch that after this. I don't think I've seen that, to be fair. Was it the same band that they had at the Bristol event you were meant to battle Yunnan then?
Yeah, it is, man. It is.
Okay. I like them. I thought that was a good touch to the events as well. It's something different, but...
No, definitely, man, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'll have to check that out. I fucking missed that, to be fair, but... Like, in terms of, like, the final few questions, man, like, for music-wise, is there any, like, lesser-known musicians or artists that myself or the listeners might not be aware of that you're a big fan of at the moment?
Yeah, I'd say check out my boy, Silla B, man. I'm not sure if you've heard of him.
I've heard the name, but I've definitely not checked his stuff. Yeah,
we got a few songs out together, but he just dropped his own project at the end of, it was at the end of last year now, which is called The Walls Have Eyes. It's really good, man, and that's up on everything. Do you know what I mean? Spotify and all of that. It's easy to find, but he's someone I'm a big fan of.
Nice, cool. I'll definitely check that out. But I've been ending the show with 3. They are pretty random questions, to be honest. But the first one is like, if you could choose anywhere in the world for your next holiday or like your next trip abroad, where would you go?
Right. Feel like probably like Peru.
Yeah, it comes up a lot, man. A lot of people go with that. Yeah. I agree. I'd love to go over there properly as well. But where would you say is the coolest place you've been so far?
Coolest? I don't know. I went to Miami last year. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But probably Southeast Asia, man. Because when I went there, I went travelling for a few months and stuff like that. So I guess in terms of my enjoyment and whatnot, I'd probably say Southeast Asia.
Nice. Yeah, I like it, man. I went to... We didn't get to do as much as we would have liked to be fair, because me and my girlfriend could only get... Like, we just used all our holiday in one go and just went to Thailand kind of thing, and we went...
Fair enough, though. So you still went for a while, though, right?
Yeah, we went for, I think it was just short of 5 weeks. And like, we got paid to do it kind of thing. So it worked out in that sense, but it was cool. I would have liked to have gone more into like Cambodia and Vietnam and places like that, but just because it was a good amount of time, but not enough time to do it properly kind of thing. We just stuck to Thailand and did Thailand. We went to, I think, about 8 different places in total, and I loved it over there as well, man. I definitely want to go back sometime soon. But are you a big sports fan?
I like UFC and boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but football and things like that, I don't really follow.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I've been asking a lot of people who their favourite sport team is, just because I've had a lot of like American guests and like Australian guests and stuff. So it's...
Oh, just favourite team?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I don't know who I'd say, actually.
That's fair.
There's not really one that I've got like a unity towards, like something that unifies me with them, because my dad supported them or something like that. Do you know what I mean? There isn't really, yeah. I mean, I guess when it's like World Cup, I do support Turkey.
Okay.
It's probably stupid because I'm born in the UK and lived there all my life, and I'm actually from Cyprus. So, but
yeah, it's a bit random,
but I guess I get quite into that if ever they've been doing well, which has been a while actually now. I think the last time was like the 2002 World Cup. But yeah, I guess the last time I really aligned myself to a team, bro.
Fair. No, that's a good one. But the final question of the show, and this one's caused a bit of uproar, I'm not going to lie, but you can pick one sweet and one savoury, but what is the go-to snack?
Go-to snack?
Yeah.
Sweet and savoury. Fuck. It's a hard one, bro.
I know, man.
Shit.
I
guess very simple. I just feel like sweet, probably dark chocolate digestive biscuits.
Yes. Yeah, I like that.
I fucking love them, man. And if we're going to just go savoury, and we're just talking quick snacks, yeah? Just like things you're going to grab.
Like munchies.
Munchy stuff. Ooh, okay. Savoury, what? Probably a pizza.
Fair one. No,
yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, margarita pizza. If we're talking savoury munchies, a good pizza is probably the one. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like it, man.
I feel like there's some standard items I could have fucking named some, you know.
Yeah,
them too, but I'm just being honest.
They're good answers, mate. I've had some shit ones, so no, I like that. I'm like someone said, chocolate coated raisins, and I think that was like the second episode I did, and I didn't think anybody was going to beat that. But then Jolly J, so the guy from Don't Let the Label You in Germany.
Yeah. Oh, I like Jolly, man. He's a good guy. Yeah,
definitely, man. That's a good episode as well. But until he said his favourite snack was fucking Marmite Twiglets, I nearly just hung up on him there and then. But
it's not bad, bro. I don't mind them. It's not bad.
Oh man, anything Marmite, I can't go near it.
I never used to. It's something I grew to like. It's weird. I never used to.
My missus eats Marmite crumpets for breakfast, and just the smell makes me feel ill, man. It's fucking rank.
Yeah. I don't know about that because it would like make it hot, wouldn't it, and stuff.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah. I think Marmite on its own I'm not a fan of, but Twiglets, they're alright.
No, they're hanging. Can't get on board with it whatsoever.
It's like when you have crisps and chocolate though. You ever done that? You've eaten like a packet of crisps and then you eat chocolate after, or vice versa. Something weirdly nice about that.
No, I'm not with you there either, mate. I'm afraid. I'm not one of these people
like pineapple on pizza.
Crisps in a sandwich either. That weirds me out. What are you doing putting crisps in a sandwich is rank.
That's fair. How about pineapple on a pizza? Are you against that? I bet you're against that, aren't you?
No, I wouldn't say that. Like, I'd never order it or buy one, but I don't think it's terrible.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Why is that? Is that your go-to?
No.
Oh, right. I was going to say.
I'm a vegetarian. I don't even eat that, but yeah.
Fair one, but yeah, it's not the worst thing I've ever eaten, but I'd never go out on my way to have pineapple on a pizza like that. Mate, I lived in Sweden for a few years, and over there they do banana and curry powder pizza. So,
what the fuck?
Yeah, pineapple's not even that weird anymore, to be honest.
Banana and curry, that is weird.
It's weirdly nice as well, man.
I had in Berlin, I had a currywurst. Everyone told me to have it. That was fucking horrible.
Do you think?
Bruv, it was the sauce, you know, like everything to do with it was nice. Like, and I had some vegetarian one as well, and like the sausage was sick. They'd done it in such a way it like tasted proper like an actual sausage. But that sauce was horrible. Maybe I just went to a shit place, but it was like ketchup and they just sprinkled curry powder in it.
Oh, mate, I love that. I lived in Germany for a few years as well, and I pretty much fucking lived off that, man. I loved it.
I think I wouldn't get that flavour. Do you know what I mean? I'd get a different sauce.
Yeah, fair. Well, they do it with like a garlic sauce sometimes, which is better. But
yeah,
currywurst is good, man. I'm about that. But yeah, but mate, it's been really good to get you on the show, man. I really appreciate you taking the time to come on and stuff. And I'm glad my internet held up long enough for us to get through it as well, because I didn't think it would.
No, sweet, bro. Well, yeah, no, thanks for having me on. It's been sick.
Yeah, definitely, man. And hopefully in the near future, when there's been a few more battles to talk about, we can chop it up again, mate. But again, thank you very much for coming on, man. I really appreciate it. And I hope you and the family stay safe in these weird times.
Thanks, bro. Likewise.
Take care, mate. Speak to you soon.
Yeah, take care, G. Bye.